Welcome to The Right Question, the video podcast designed to answer your questions about writing. I'm Daphne Gray-Grant. Today I have a question from Petruta Bonacciu, a research associate at Cornell University. I'll let her put it in her own words.
Do you have any tips for us, especially people working in science, for situations when we are interviewed and maybe we are not sure if the audience knows all the background needed to understand what we try to say? Do you have any techniques similar to mind mapping for spontaneous speaking?
Thanks for the question, Petruta. If you're lucky enough to get asked for an interview, here's what I suggest you do. First, before you do anything else, think about what your interviewer needs. And to do this, consider their audience. For example, if your interviewer is from a scientific publication, they're going to want data and evidence, and they're probably going to be familiar with most of the scientific terms you'll want to use. But if your interviewer is from a mainstream publication like a newspaper, their needs are going to be very different. They're going to be looking for information presented in a way that you might consider dumbed down, although that's certainly not the best phrase to use with them. Just think about how you can present your information in a way that will be easy for them and their audience to understand. You might even want to ask your interviewer in advance about the kinds of questions they're going to be asking you so you can be better prepared. There's nothing wrong with asking for this kind of info up front, and in fact, most interviewers will probably appreciate it if you do. The next thing you should do is think of some stories and examples you can tell. Most interviewers love stories, mainly because their readers or viewers love them too. But you'll help yourself if you can think of some of these in advance. Think back to whatever you're being interviewed about. Was there a time when you ever felt strongly discouraged or strongly enthusiastic about something? Strong emotions are usually the sign of an interesting story. Did you ever have an interesting or encouraging encounter with a boss or colleague about something? Did a member of the public have strong views about something you did? Did some aspect of your personal life ever influence some of the decisions you made in your professional one? I know all of these questions don't seem very scientific, but they add a human element to your work. And that's what a mainstream interviewer will be interested in. If you are the least bit nervous, I also suggest you identify 3 key messages that you want to communicate. This will help you establish some control over the interview. Just keep reminding yourself of the points you want to make and keep returning to them. Let me give you one small warning though that I remember from my own days as a journalist. Know that an interview is never over until the interviewer has left the room. Any comment you make, no matter how friendly or casual it seems, might be used. So be friendly, but don't get into idle chit-chat with your interviewer unless you're happy seeing those words in print. Finally, let me wrap up with a quote from the late actor Katharine Hepburn. "Death will be a great relief. No more interviews." Thanks for your question, Petruta. Good luck with your next interview. If you have a question, you can email, tweet, or Skype me. You can find the details in the description below along with any resources I've mentioned. And don't forget to like and subscribe to the video.